What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Happy Sunday, football Sunday. First game is overseas. Rams, Jags kicking off about 2.5 hours. I'm excited. Means I get football from 9:30 all the way till I go to bed tonight. That's my type of Sunday. And we got the new couch and finally, look, what a process. They delivered it. They set it up. It didn't look right. We said something. They told us maybe a cushion has too much cushion. Didn't make sense. They left. We tried to fix it. And you know how the couch is got to like hook into each other, but there's no way to get behind to really lift it. So I'm like trying to like Hulk lift so we can get them locked in. Well, long story short, it wouldn't lock in on like the console piece of it. And we come to find out they didn't put the legs on. So now I had to flip up every single cushion because they have zippers underneath, or not the cushion, the couch itself, because they got zippers under the couch where the legs are held. So we had to find where the legs were. And then when we found the legs, we had to put it on, reverse all the screws that we undid. It was a freaking disaster. It took 4 hours to set up this couch. I sat on it for about 30 seconds last night. I cannot wait to kick my feet up, recline back with a nice cold drink, and put on some NFL football today. That is all I'm saying. My back's destroyed. My hands are all ripped up. But you know what? Here we are. I got like 4 hours of sleep, but the show must go on. Every few months, everyone, I'm telling you right now, the market, it gives you one of those moments where the noise fades and the truth slips out quietly, but unmistakably. This week, that moment, it came directly from Ripple's own playbook. For years, we have stated XRP's price action isn't random. It's engineered. For years, we got laughed at for saying statements like such. Now Ripple has basically confirmed it in black and white. And don't you worry, I got the proof. But before we go there, we got to talk about what's going on across the board because the puzzle pieces are finally locking together. Folks, welcome back to the show. This is the Bullwinkle Blueprint. Look, if you're new around here, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a piece of info. And if you're coming back for some more of that good content, well, hit that thumbs up. It's the ultimate way to support the channel, and it's the free way to support that channel. Without further ado, let's jump into a Bitcoin. 107,953. That's 107,946. It just moved. It's still in the green on the past 24 hours, about 1%. ETH coming in at 3,941. It is up 1.67%. In XRP, yeah, buddy. Kind of just stuck in the mud here, huh? Coming in at $2.38. It is up 1.18%. Total cryptocurrency market cap, it is up a tad. You love to see it. 3.62 trillion. Now, in yesterday's video, we talked about this, and we talked about Dr. Cat, and he put out his views on where the market's going to go, and Credible Crypto and him are actually aligning up. When you see two really smart analysts line up, it is a very, very bullish sign. So Cred's like, look, I don't use these Ichimoku clouds, but he pays attention to people who actually use them and understand them. He said, here are your two main takeaways on this thing, okay? And this is talking about Bitcoin. He states from a monthly perspective, the super cycle can't be invalidated unless we break above 74,000. Remember, that's where the move started up on Bitcoin. So if you want an invalidation, it's simple. Where the move has started, it needs to break under it. Bitcoin can still drop to 88,000 or even 76,000 while still remaining fully bullish on the macro trend. In other words, consolidation is not a collapse. We can still dip inside this range for months before the next vertical leg begins. And that's the part everyone is missing. Time does not invalidate structure. Remember that. The patience phase is where smart money quietly repositions. And you know who's doing exactly just that? Ripple is doing that. But let's look at the Bitcoin chart in the meantime. Because what are we seeing on the Bitcoin chart? I think if we go all the way back, we could say to July. From here all the way over. To me, this is just a consolidation region. Bitcoin is consolidating and chopping anywhere from 107 to about 120. It's finding its ground, right? We're currently sitting at about 108,000, a former high volume node that acted as support multiple times. If we go back to August and October, this region, which you can see circled on a map, here's October, here's your September and August timeframe. The market has been printing lower highs and lower low sequences, confirming that a short-term downtrend started back in July, which is okay, right? Our current candle clusters are around 106 and 108, which you can see on this circle indicated. Looks like a potential local bottom attempt. If this right here, what I am circling, if this is a local bottom, we will get a reversal back to the upside. Let me drop in some indicators for you so you can actually see what's going on here, okay? Let me clear these drawings. You can see on Saturday, we got a reversal on Bitcoin. This is exactly the region we talked about where we could be getting that local bottom. The chart agrees with it, believes that it is a reversal. So pay attention to that. Your key area of resistance is sitting right around here. Call it 112,000. That needs to flip. Your macro resistance is sitting right around here where this downtrend started on Friday at 121. If that clears, we will get the runway up to about 125. So your trend, short-term Bitcoin, look, very simple. Lower highs. It's exactly what we just seen. 125 to 115 all the way down to 110. Your daily RSI would be like in the 35 to 40 range, which means it's cooling, near oversold, but not extreme at this point. Your candle behavior, what do we got? You can notice those lower licks at 106. Buyers are defending. You can see the wick right here, right? Buyers are defending this region very aggressively. So right now, this is what you're going to pay attention to. We'll break this down because Bitcoin controls everything, right? If we fail to break 110,000, you're going to expect your rollover, and it's going to get us down into this green region. Your rollover is going to be sitting anywhere from 102 all the way to about 100. So halfway down through this upper green region. If that breaks, get ready to go lower. We will retest this lower region of the green where I expect a reversal, which could get you down all the way to around 97,000, possibly can even dip down to 88,000. But that is when I would expect a full-on reversal right up out of there, folks. On the upside, how do you know if we broke out and we cleared? Simple. You need to push through about 110.5, and we need to get a short squeeze to about 115 to 118. If that happens, we can confirm the local double bottom is in. Just watch for a strong daily or weekly close on Bitcoin called about 111,000. Then we get this is pretty cool. Robinhood, they have tokenized nearly 500 US stocks and ETFs worth 8.5 billion on ARB. You see everyone tokenizing stocks. I keep preaching to people, Ondo. It's over here in the US, already working with BlackRock. This isn't a test net gimmick. I want you to understand that. This is regulatory equity being represented now on chain. This is how the financial system transitions without announcing it. It starts small. It starts regionally. It starts in an experiment, and then poof, suddenly it is the standard. Now, let's skip over. We're going to skip over a lot. I know we spent a lot of time on a Bitcoin chart. I do apologize, but I want you to understand because we need to know where Bitcoin is going so we can better understand where XRP is about to make its move. Now, we talked about this in yesterday's video about Ripple's escrow and what it was meant to do, right? It was meant to protect XRP from these deep declines. Every month, you got a set amount of XRP that's unlocked, but Ripple, they can't touch it freely. It's cryptographically locked. It's released through your pre-programmed contracts, and anything unused, it goes directly back in. That means supply shocks are not accidental. They are managed. Ripple literally engineered scarcity into its protocol to protect price stability as adoption scales. Remember, escrow is not a risk. It is a shield, which brings us over to this document that Smoke put on out there. This is from a Ripple's official internal material that was posted and found. It states, Ripple Labs, their business model is predicted on a belief that demand for XRP will increase, resulting in price appreciation if the Ripple protocol becomes widely adopted. Remember, this document is a little bit older, but what are we seeing? Adoption, a lot of adoption of what Ripple is doing and Ripple licensing out all of this software. But here's the punchline. It states, for there to be long-term organic demand, XRP must provide utility to its holders. It states XRP provides utility by fulfilling two functions, security and bridge currency. They literally built their model around price appreciation through adoption, which is absolutely genius. This is not speculation. This isn't hype. This is the simple formula here, folks, of adoption equals demand, and demand, that equals price. This is not an accident. It is a business model. It is a genius business model. It is the execution phase of the exact plan that they published years ago, and this is all coming to life now. We are seeing utility and adoption, and institutional ETFs are going to bring even more adoption. Price is coming. Price is always the last thing to go. We know that. And we know when XRP's price moves that it goes on an absolutely epic run. Like we saw last November, it did a 700% run in a matter of 2 months. So let's confirm what just happened here. Ripple confirmed their model relies on XRP price appreciation. They explained escrow exists to protect price stability. They're raising $1 billion to secure liquidity supply. And then we went over the Bitcoin chart, and if Bitcoin breaks or gets its close above 111,000, that we have confirmed a double bottom, and that is super bullish, and we are going to push higher. You can't call this a coincidence anymore. This is all execution. This isn't about hype cycles anymore either. It's all about the architecture. And Ripple just showed us the blueprint for how XRP transactions from a traded token to a global utility asset. The question isn't, will XRP go up? It's how soon before the world realizes that Ripple already designed it that way. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. Happy Sunday fun day. I hope you enjoy.